Watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good morning. It is 7 o'clock. We begin with a live look over the White House this morning. We're starting off the morning with a cool start to your weekend. The good news that sunshine makes a comeback. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on DC News Now. I'm Tosin Fakile. We'll get to our top stories in just a bit, but first we're going to take things over to weather forecaster Brittany Ward, who is bringing the good news of sunshine today.
Yeah, you know, this weekend not going to be a bad weekend at all. It's going to be dry and it's going to be quiet, filled with sunshine, and it's been a while since we had a weekend like that. So let's take a look at satellite and radar showing you the entire area. Notice we are already seeing those clear conditions as that sun slowly begins to rise across the entire DMV, but temperature wise still very chilly across portions of the area. We're sitting at 36 degrees right now in the nation's capital, 38 in Lexington Park, Culpeper right now. You guys are coming in at 27 degrees, 26 as you head over there to Cumberland. So those valleys and the mountainous areas, very chilly as we are opening up your Saturday morning. Now think back to yesterday morning. Yes, we are cooler this morning than we were yesterday. About 10 degrees cooler here in the nation's capital, 25 there in Woodstock. So have the jacket when stepping out the door. The good news is there's 50s in that 7-day forecast. So keep it here. Check if that is coming up.
All right, Brittany, thank you. Coming up on 7:02 on this Saturday morning, developing a major shakeup in leadership in Montgomery County schools. Dr. Monifa McKnight is no longer superintendent after she was asked to step down yesterday. In a statement, MCPS said the board and McKnight, quote, mutually agreed to separate. Now, while the board has not said exactly why they asked Dr. McKnight to step down, it comes after months of scrutiny around former middle school principal Dr. Joel Beidelman, who was promoted despite several complaints of harassment and bullying against him. Our Daniel Hamburg has more.
One by one, school board members refused to answer questions about why they parted ways with Superintendent Dr. Monifa McKnight.
The board has issued a statement.
We put out our statement that we'll have more to say in the coming days.
County Executive Mark Elrich says the public deserves answers.
You cannot forever not say why you asked for resignation.
Reports have said McKnight's name appeared in a heavily redacted report by law firm Jackson Lewis, alleging she didn't put Beidelman on administrative leave for 16 days after learning of the investigation. McKnight's departure still leaves questions.
I do think the public needs to know who did what. I mean, somebody obviously made a decision to go forward with his promotion. Who did that and who knew about it?
Last week's report from the Montgomery County Inspector General detailed how MCPS lacks a comprehensive protocol around the receipt and handling of complaints. That problem predates McKnight.
I appreciate that the board said that they have to rebuild trust, but I want to be clear about this. Rebuilding trust is not going to be as simple as replacing the superintendent.
In a statement, Dr. McKnight said, I have felt over the past several months there has been a distraction. When the focus is no longer on whom I have agreed to serve, I must control my own fate. I have also maintained that it is critical that my reputation remains grounded in facts and truth.
And that was our Daniel Hamburg reporting. McKnight's contract was supposed to go through 2026 with an annual salary of $320,000. The details of her separation agreement have not been made public. And we're going to take a live look right now over Roslyn and Arlington, and we have new details this morning in an investigation into stolen pride flags. Arlington County Police say they've arrested 2 men for approaching multiple houses across the county and tearing down their pride flags. And 3 people have now been indicted by a grand jury for running a high-end brothel network in Virginia. You may remember they were arrested in December last year. The charging documents allege the 3 used expensive apartment complexes in Tysons and Boston, Massachusetts as brothels and would allegedly fly in women to these sites for clients. Each person arrested faces charges connected to running the prostitution network and money laundering. They face up to 25 years in prison and up to $750,000 in fines. New details this morning on a deadly confrontation inside a Suitland apartment Thursday night in Prince George's County. Maryland's Attorney General now saying a man who police shot and killed lived in that apartment. According to the AG, officers were initially called to Suitland Road when someone in the apartment reported their home was broken into. Once on the scene, officials say an officer started giving a man inside the home commands. Investigators say the officer then shot and killed that man. Neighbors still trying to process what happened.
It's a gated facility, and we don't have no
But
issue.
this is the first time
That something like this,
that we know about.
that we witnessed something like this happen.
Police did find 2 handguns near the man, but they say no officers were injured. Body camera video is expected to be released in the coming days. We'll be sure to keep you updated as we learn more. 7:05 is an ongoing problem across the DMV that seems to be getting worse. Thieves are taking all 4 tires, like you see, off cars right in front of homes. Now, those tires usually end up on online sellers like Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. We spoke with a tow truck driver who says he's already seen more than 10 different incidents so far this year, with some even bypassing wheel locks. The tow truck driver hopes law enforcement can step up and do something.
And even when the cars that are parked super close to the curb, they're just lifting them above the curb and taking the wheels off anyway. There's nothing to stop them really, unless the police actually catch them. Just disappointed that there's no effort into being, to stop it.
So how can you keep your vehicle safe? He recommends an aftermarket wheel lock that might be different than what the thieves are used to, or a tilt sensor to trigger the alarm if your car leaves the ground. 7:06 in Virginia this morning, pushback on the plan for a new arena in Alexandria. Officials from Alexandria, the state, Monumental Sports, and several transit agencies met on Thursday night to discuss a proposal addressing traffic needs in Potomac Yard. Included in that plan are improvements for roadways, the nearby metro station, and potential future improvements, including a water taxi and a commuter Virginia Railway Express station. The price tag would be between $245 and $325 million. And last night, an organization called Stop the Potomac Yard Arena released a statement in response to that meeting. It says in part that the plan presented offered few solutions for neighborhoods that would be most affected. It goes on to say the city needs to listen to residents' concerns and vote down the arena proposal to, quote, avoid the train wreck coming and help the citizens. In Richmond, there's talks about banning junk fees across the Commonwealth. Those are those pesky fees tacked on to tickets, cars, rentals, and hotel rooms. A bill is working its way through the General Assembly. It would make it illegal for businesses to not disclose the total price of goods or services at the start of a transaction.
Charge whatever you're going to charge, and whatever that is, give it to the consumer right up front so they can budget, they can plan, there's transparency for them, and they don't have to spend their time going through an entire transaction just to find out maybe at the end that they can't afford what they thought was the price of a good or service.
The bill has already passed the Senate committee and now has the Senate floor for a vote. A little closer to home, yet another student survived an overdose at Alexandria City High School's King Street campus yesterday. It's the second time in 3 days a student has overdosed at the school. The district superintendent sent out another letter to staff and families offering support and resources. In November, Governor Glenn Youngkin issued an executive order requiring school systems to notify parents of school-connected overdoses within 24 hours. Today marks 10 days since 22-year-old Darius Apia went missing in the Fredericksburg area. His family says he didn't come home after working a shift at his retail job. They say he ordered food to be picked up on Mine Road just minutes after leaving work. But that was the last thing they know. Days later, his car was found at Alum Springs Park. Darius's parents now asking for help.
I don't know. I'm like, Lord, please let him come back. I don't want to think that you just sent an angel for some period of time. Darius has to come back. We're going to go out into the community and just share flyers, bring awareness, let people know what's going on, see if any stores have cameras.
And that search continues today this morning at the park. If you know anything, you're asked to call Stafford Sheriff's Office. All right, we're coming up on 7:10. Brittany says the sunshine makes a comeback and it's sticking around.
Yeah, sticking around through at least the first half of our work week. So overall, not a bad looking weekend. Get outside and enjoy it. Let's take a look at your breakfast forecast right now. Heading into that 8 o'clock hour, still going to be fairly chilly out there. Temperatures will be in the mid 30s. Then we're warming it up to the upper 30s as we head into that 9 and 10 o'clock hour. And notice sunny skies will be sticking around through much of the day today. Lingers into our Sunday. And it looks like we have 50s to talk about in that 7 days. So keep it here. Full check of this forecast is coming up.
All right, Brittany, thank you. Before we go to break, we wanted to take a minute to remember former NFL player turned actor Carl Weathers. The 76-year-old passed away yesterday. In a statement, his family says he died peacefully in his sleep. He was perhaps best known for his role as Apollo Creed in the Rocky movie franchise. He was also in the movie Predator and teaching golf to Adam Sandler in Happy Gilmore. Recently, he had recurring guest roles in the Star Wars show The Mandalorian. In a post on Instagram, Rocky star Sylvester Stallone said, quote, "We lost a legend." He went on to say, quote, "We would never could have accomplished what we did with Rocky without him."